If you want to read a publication that's the mouthpiece or the railhead of New World Order, you got to go and read Axios. MSNBC is the mouthpiece of the neocon, neoliberal order. And there's no better example than them coming to the defense and all but promoting Nikki Haley. I mean, what the fuck does an explicitly liberal leaning institution like MSNBC give any care about Nikki Haley or anything that's going on the Republican side? Why are they so invested in Nikki Haley's success? And this should really tell us everything we need to know about the game that's being played. It really should. I mean, what more do they have to show you? What more do they have to say? What more do they have to do than come out with pom poms and big huge signs that say Uniparty on them? I don't know. And I think it's appropriate to start off by saying this: fuck Mika Brzezinski, fuck Joe Scarborough, Cuck Joe, fuck Zbigniew Brzezinski, Henry Kissinger, MSNBC, Joy Reid, the whole lot of them. Fuck these people. There's one thing that they all have in common, and that is they have had no problem and they will continue to have no problem fucking you. And you know what else? Fuck you if you're more concerned about the word fuck than you are getting fucked. I mean, that has really become the problem in this country, hasn't it? And you could say how, I know all you 501c3 Christians are going to come out of the back pews of your tax exempt institutions of worship and talk about the cleanliness of the mouth. But you'll take lies from the Mika Brzezinskis all day long. And then you'll act like the two aren't mutually exclusive. They are. These people like Mika Brzezinski, like Joe Scarborough, like Joyanne Reed, like Nikki Haley, and the list goes on and on and on. All of these people have been commissioned, have been paid a little purse, a little coin purse, a little piece of the pot in order to come before the American people and talk in this calm, collected, civil, convivial manner to make you feel like everything is under control, like everything is just as it should be. But we all see that most of what's taking place, most of what's being done by our political, cultural, economic elites is not okay. Everything is not under control. Everything is not as it should be. Least of which the anger and emotion and passion of patriots like myself who fly off the handle and use profanity every now and again. And the fact that we've gotten to this place in the country's history, in this nation's history, and you all are still trying to uphold the thin veneer of civility, of political correctness, you have nobody to blame but yourselves. And that may be why my podcast isn't exploding, because I'm not going to come and give you this enemy or boogeyman that makes you feel good about going to bed at night, not getting involved in the political process, not taking your citizenship back into your own hands, being a rugged individualist that votes with their vote, obviously, but with their everyday participation in the political process and with their dollar, that votes with their dollar. Hey, maybe we want the country this way. And by all metrics, we do want the country this way. Because if we didn't want the country this way, then by God, it wouldn't be this way. We have the good fortune. We have been blessed. We have the gift of constitution, a constitution that constructs government in a way that if we, the people, decided that we wanted things to be different, it could happen. It's within reach. Not without struggle. Not that it won't be hard. Not that there won't be obstacles. Not that there isn't ways to corrupt the process. We all know there is. But if deep down we really wanted to throw off the convenience that this posh neocon, neoliberal, imperialist, Atlanticist, globalist, cosmopolitan worldview has provided us, we could do it. We could do it. And I'm going to keep coming and cussing you the fuck out, because as soon as you get numb to that, as soon as you stop being so invested in the thin veneer of civility or churchanity the sooner we can get this country back, the sooner the Satanists won't be walking around on the grounds of federal lands or federal buildings where elected officials occupy political office, walking around out right out there in the open. Satanic abortions, erecting statues of the Satanic Temple and all these other things. It's conspiracy theory. It's not conspiracy theory anymore. We have long since passed the conspiracy theory that Satanism has risen up and sort of, you know, stood on its hind legs right before our very eyes. But you're still worried about me saying the word fuck. I mean, just look at yourself. I mean, and you're not much different than the liberals that you, and this is the neocon neoliberal order. It's not just the neoliberals. It's not just the Democrats. It's the controlled opposition. And a lot of you don't understand how you play that role. Now, here on the War Room Posse, here in the War Room audience, or here in the InfoWars audience, we have long since matured past that point of brainwashing, that those smoke and mirrors. But out there in the country, out there in the zeitgeist, in the audience somewhere, there are these conservatives, Republicans, patriots, libertarians, whoever, whatever you want to say, however you want to identify yourself. There are these people that still believe it's more important to try and censor a person's language, a person's outrage with the corruption we see, rather than fight back against the establishment. And that will be the downfall of the country in the end. That will be the fall of America. Rome fell. America will fall because people will be too worried, too consumed, too invested in keeping up the image of righteousness rather than the duty and responsibility of righteousness. I can't tell you how many people, uh, and then my kids can't listen to the F word. Are you fucking dumb? Are you fucking stupid? Number one, your kids are probably already listening to a bunch of people who say a lot worse shit than I'm saying. And number two, it's probably in a context that has nothing to do with strengthening their understanding about American citizenship. And number three, your kids should know that we're in a red alert fucking situation. That's the reality. The reality is your children should know the crisis that we face in this country, because it's not going to be very long before they're adults. And what you're training them to be is the same sort of churchanity 501c3 citizens as you are. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. The thin veneer of civility that the American people have upheld while we've lost the country to corruption and wickedness is embarrassing. It's actually you can't hold both views simultaneously. You can't say that you're a Christian and this is a Christian nation, but the Satanists have taken over and they're walking around the streets, mocking Christ, mocking Christianity, using the rule of law and the courts and lawfare and kangaroo court to basically say that being a Christian is being a terrorist.